Hello, it's Sam from Nature Philosophy. Thanks for joining me. I want to talk about power. It's on display in our culture right now in big and dramatic ways, and definitely the lever of social controls being really yanked down hard. And so, on a collective level, globally, there's a huge theme around power and control at the moment. But individually, even back here at home and in our lives, there's definitely been some control over normal freedoms of basic fundamental human freedoms that we've come to love and enjoy and almost assume, like the freedom to travel around and move around, or the freedom to breathe freely, or the freedom to give someone a hug. Some people are suffering from not having the freedom to go to work and feel like they can support themselves and their family. Or another one, really controversial at the moment, is the freedom to choose what goes into your own body. And even more extreme than that, the freedom just to have an opinion that's different from someone else or the majority. So I think we could all agree, whichever side of this fence you sit on, which I don't care which side of the fence you're on, whether these impositions on freedoms are true, right, real, or should be there or not, it doesn't matter. It's not about that. I think we could all agree, though, that there's a big theme around power and control in our culture at the moment. So that prompted me to have a really decent think and contemplation around what is real power. And also, I started to think and feel into what's my relationship to power and what type of quality of power do I want to work with in life. And so I came up with two types of power. The first type of power is the power that I'm talking about. You see it through the police at the moment. You can see it in the politicians. Even some corporate lobby groups at the moment are definitely feeling quite powerful and controlling people and resources. So this first type of power is based on the ability to control people and resources. So it's a power of control. So today, like I said, politicians, CEOs, very powerful. Celebrities are quite powerful. Wealthy people are generally quite powerful. And police, definitely at the moment, are quite powerful. So this type of power, though, sort of relies on and is based on an external condition of role, status, or position. So, for example, if I was a CEO, if I was your CEO today, I'd have the ability or the power to control you in a way where I could give you a pay rise or a promotion, but I could also sack you as well. But if overnight I lost my job, I lost my position as CEO, and I met you in the hallway at work tomorrow, I would no longer have the power to sack you or promote you or give you a pay rise. So, in that way, I would suggest that this power through control, based on external conditions, is somewhat of an illusion, because in the absence of that role, that status, that position, the power evaporates. And so, in that way, I'm calling it an illusion, the power to control. The second type of power, which I like to call true power, or we could also call it the power of creation or creation power, also has the ability to impact people on an individual and global scale, a lot like the other type of power, but it's very different. It's based on different things. So it's different in the sense that it's not based on any external condition. It's also not based on an ability to control. It's actually quite the opposite. This power of creation or true power flows in moments of pure surrender, where someone has completely let go of their need to direct the power or control the impacts of it in any way. This true power also flows through people when they align with their purpose beyond self-vision. So when you align with your purpose, this power can flow through you. It's also not based on fear and the need to control. It's based on trust. And the final thing I want to say about this true power is that it flows through us, and we can become a conduit for it when we become the hollow bone. So when we become empty inside, when we've let go of our ego, of our self-interest and any agenda, this power can flow through us. And so it flows through us, but we never own it or possess it. And in a lot of ways, you can't control it when you're working with this power of creation. But it definitely has a different quality to the other type of power that we're seeing today. And so I would love it if this different type of power was explored by some of our leaders, and they were striving to become the hollow bone, where they'd let go of the ego and they'd become invisible and were just a conduit for the power of creation, so they could powerfully lead and inform the masses. But it's not where we're at right now. But thankfully, I believe these current cultural power structures are starting to break down. And you can see it in the banking industry, the entertainment industry, the corporate media, and governments and corporate lobby groups. They are desperately hanging on to this perception of authority that they have over us, and therefore their power. But slowly, as more transparency is emerging and the truth is emerging, they're losing their grip on this power to control people. And so there's an opportunity, I believe, for all of us to seize this moment where we can make a shift. And it's not going to happen overnight. It might not happen in my lifetime, but there is this opportunity, I believe, where there's going to be a shift from external authority, where we're guided by the external power structures, to an internal authority, where we're dancing to the beat of our own drum, when we're being informed by our own internal felt sense of rightness around what is true, right, and real for us. And so it's an exciting time to be alive, but with any great breakdown, there's going to be a lot of chaos. And so my prayer for us as a culture, as a humanity, is that we can strive to be the hollow bone individually and collectively, so that we are starting to dance with creation power rather than this power to control others, where we're surrendering to our vision and allowing power to flow through us, because we are human. We were designed to be conduits of this creation power. So I hope in these crazy times that your relationship to power is becoming clearer, that you're having the opportunity to really contemplate what is power, and how can you dance with it in your life that fulfills your personal vision on this planet. So I hope this was helpful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon.